if you're scared and you're worried, think your vision's getting blurry, just clear your mind, clear your mind, clear your mind. Mis cristales, it's been a while, but I'm back at it. Wanted to drop you this video. I was compelled to give you a channeled message, and I just can't avoid it, and I won't. So one thing that we have in the air these days is that everybody's going through some interesting tensions. We're all evolving and transforming in these ways that is calling us to look at the things that are going on internally. We're being called to address outdated programming that we're shifting out of, or that we're called to shift out of. One thing I will say that you guys can see here, the amygdala within the limbic system. And for those who don't really understand what that means or what that's referring to, there is the ways that we will perceive threats, okay? We perceive them through our brain, through our mind. And once a threat is perceived and determined through the reptilian aspects of our brain, then that thought is transferred into the amygdala, and once it reaches the amygdala, that is where we determine how we're going to respond. It's where once we've decided something is a threat, how do we react to that threat? And I know for sure that a lot of us, not only just those in the collective who are light workers, quote unquote chosen ones, etc., those who have committed to their spiritual journey and their evolution in a deeper way. Yes, we are all going through this, but everyone is, even individuals who are not so privy to their spiritual journey. So understand that everyone you encounter at this time is going through their own version of this, where they're identifying these things that are occurring, these energies that are coming in and out of their energetic field, coming up in their subconscious, coming up in their conscious experience, that there are threats attached to this, or rather perceiving these things as threats. And we have to, give grace where grace is due. If you are recognizing that you're feeling more than triggered these days, understand that this is not just happening on a personal level, but it's happening regionally, globally. As far as the entire collective consciousness, we are experiencing this on a whole. And so also understand that because so many of us are being triggered in these very unique ways, but these very different ways, there are rituals across the board taking place because of this. Or I wouldn't say because of this, but as some form of the process, or some form, I would say it's more so a byproduct, some intentionally inciting these rituals, but others just being more so a function of it because they may not understand the bigger framework around it. But I digress. I also heard degrees. So maybe if you guys are overheating or find yourselves shorting out in ways, feeling overwhelmed, that is okay, but you must assess the ways you're feeling. Give yourself the room to process, the room to breathe. Very, very important that we're communicating at these times, clear boundaries, identifying where you feel your boundaries are being crossed, or where tension lies. You're understanding that these tensions are here for a reason, and taking accountability for how you can allow these tensions to dissolve, but in meaningful ways, and specifically not shying away from whatever the problem is, but also not allowing yourself to behave in a way that you might regret or feel shameful about later. Now, understand that with these humiliation rituals, this could come in many forms, okay? This could be feeling as though you're being ganged up on, that nothing is working out for you, that certain types of energies or individuals or entities are attacking you, that you are given the short end of the stick, or that you're put in a position to honestly give or have a certain amount of your energy or a certain aspect of yourself taken from you or robbed from you or diminished down. But understand that this is just how it looks. And if you take some of the things that I suggested, you could in fact avert a deeper crisis. Okay, these rituals that are taking place are energy harvests. And at the end of the day, you're in your own way of working to reap what you've sown. You are, no matter what side of the coin you're on, no matter what end of the spectrum you are in, you are going to reap the benefits or the whatever the opposite of benefits are. You are going to face those repercussions of your actions either way you put it. So it's best to just sit with yourself, identify these things, understand as much as you can about them, process it as much as you can so that you can make clear-headed decisions in this time. It's okay to take a deep breath. It's okay to keep your mouth closed where you need. It's okay to open your mouth where you need. But don't do it just from pure unadulterated emotion to the point where you're not thinking clearly on the decisions you're making. You want to have the opportunity to avert this crisis. You do have the opportunity. But do be mindful that within these things that you're experiencing, there are individuals who will not avert the crisis. There are entities that want you to succumb to this energy harvest in a way where you're losing your energy and not harvesting what you feel you deserve. And so if you allow parasites to take your energy, you're not going to reap the benefits of whatever you've been working hard to sow. You're going to essentially forfeit your abundances and your prosperities. Don't allow that to happen. You're transforming in this time, okay? We've got soul return here. So that lets me know that you're looking at the things that you're going through with a deeper eye. You can experience very tough things at this time, very intense tensions and power struggle, dynamics of power struggles at this time. But you can do it in a way where no matter how intense, how painful, how visceral these challenges feel, you still can meet this stuff in the present moment and make a clear-headed decision because you're living in the moment, because you're not in the business of dissociating or throwing away the standards that you've been working to build for yourself. Keep the routines that work for you as far as moving you further along your path, further and deeper into your journey. Do you guys understand what I'm telling you? If so, let me know in the comments. I want to understand how this relates to you in a very unique and specific way. Of course, don't share anything that you feel is too vulnerable and that you don't feel safe to share online. Of course, you can always email me. My information is in the description as well as in my bios. But guys, mis cristales, my beautiful collective, heed the advice that I tell to you, but also take the things that I'm sharing with you, and if any of this is striking a chord and you're resonating, let me know. Let the collective know how we can better strengthen ourselves in this time if you have something to add that I didn't necessarily say. Tell me what you know about dreaming. This means keep your dreams on the forefront. Prioritize your long-term goals right in accordance with your short-term goals. Make these things align and make sense with your destiny, with your true path, with the things that you know are best suited for your life. And while you evolve in the process, maybe what you've done in the past made sense for you at a time that has now come and gone. So you have to adjust yourself to who you are in the now, but who you aim to be in the future, who you're called to be in your truest and highest self as you return to your truest and highest self. So tell me what you know about dreaming, okay? This means I can vouch that I've been having some really intense dreams. Others that I've spoken to this week have told me about how their dreams are just getting super active and very interesting, and honestly a little disorientating how real it feels. And that's because it is real, okay? When you're operating out of your human vessel, you are still living life. You are still existing. This is not the concept of dreaming where you just go to bed and you're in a la la land. No, you are functioning as your spirit body elsewhere. And because you guys are doing this, you may be feeling as though you're living a whole nother life when you're in your so-called sleep state. And this is true. This is your soul is returning, and you're waking up and you're realizing there's more to this than just wake up, live a human life, and go to bed and it's just nothing. That's not the case. And I'm being called to express this and explain this. And I want you guys to understand that whatever you're perceiving from your dreams, not only taking it at face value, but be willing to decode and decipher what these things mean. What are your emotional responses that you can correlate to your dream state? What are the deeper messages that you may receive off of this? And yes, take it with a grain of salt, but understand that you're using your spiritual gifts to make sense of it all. I'm here to help you. 1, 2, 3 on the timer, 11, 22 on the timer. But there's not just what I have to offer, but use it in accordance with what you already know on a soul level. And you will make more sense of these things. This is the message that I have for you in this time, guys. And I will be back with you as soon as I have another one. Just stay tuned. Always hit that notification bell so you can get more. And I will see you in the next video. Ciao.